I'm Cardigan, and this series is all about fungi.
Yeah! In this series, we're going to be talking about all the fungus basics. What is a fungus? What are the kinds of fungus? And we'll have our friend here, Fungus, to tell about it.
Okay, so Lily, what exactly are fungi?
That's a really great question, Cardigan, and I'm glad that you asked it. So a fungus has eukaryotic cells. It is heterotrophic, spore-producing organism. It also has diploid, haploid genomes and typically produces hyphae. Something else is that it has absorptive nutrition, so it absorbs its nutrition through its cell wall and plasma membrane. But what is it closely related to, Cardigan? I need to know.
Well, you might think fungi are closely related to plants, but that is incorrect. Actually, fungi are closer related to humans and animals than they are plants.
What?
Wow, that's some crazy information.
That's crazy.
I'm also aware that there are 5 main groups of fungi that we will be talking about in this series, and they are Chytridiomycota, Zygomycota, Glomeromycota, Ascomycota, and Basidiomycota.
Yeah!
Woo! What are eukaryotic cells, Lily?
Another really great question from my colleague Cardigan here. Eukaryotic cells are something that we share with fungus, and it means that has a nucleus in it. And something else that we share with fungus is that we're both heterotrophs. That means we're not autotrophs. We don't produce our own food. We eat food made by other organisms. We get our nutrients from other organisms. But unlike fungus, we don't absorb our nutrition like they do through our cell walls.
And fungi's main nutrition that they're getting is from carbon. They like carbon a lot, and yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Go carbon!
Fungi are either unicellular or they are multicellular. Yeasts are the main unicellular fungal organisms out there.
And chytrids also can fall into that category, but chytrids can also form multicellular organisms. So I guess they're kind of both.
Now we're looking at what do fungi do in our ecosystem? What is the role that they play? Fungus has a significant role. They're everywhere. They're all over, and life would not function the same without them. What are some of the roles that fungi play in our ecosystem?
Well, there's 3 main groups that fungi tend to fall into. The first group being saprotrophs, which are decomposers, and they decompose many things. The second group is symbionts, and those are the fungi that tend to form mycorrhizal relationships, and they sort of have a host that they attach to or kind of form, and they help bring nutrients up to those hosts, and then they get their own nutrients from that host as well. And then the last group is pathogens, and those are the disease-causing fungi that affect so many things out there. So before we get into our 3 main groups of fungi, the last question I think we have to answer is, how are fungi significant in human everyday life?
Man, these are just such good questions, one after the other. Fungus play a huge role in our everyday lives. First and foremost, we have over 50 species of fungus in our guts.
Wow.
Over 50.
That's crazy.
I know. What else do they do?
The most obvious thing that mushrooms provide are a food source. But don't go out eating any mushrooms, because some mushrooms are very poisonous and can cause death. So make sure if you are going to eat mushrooms for food that you know exactly what they are and that they are safe to eat.
Fungus can also be pathogens.
Disease causing.
They can cause disease in us.
Animals. plants, crops.
Our crops can be wiped out by a fungal pathogen. And we gotta stay on top of that in the agricultural world. Fungicides take care of that pretty well, but not great for the ecosystem.
They also can affect invertebrates, so really any sort of living thing is at risk for being, even fungi themselves are at risk for getting diseased by fungal pathogens. They also provide medicine. So on the other side of being a pathogen, they also can be a sort of medicine like penicillin, for example, or holistic uses like chaga and lion's mane. Fungi also provide life on Earth. Altogether, millions of years ago, when plants were starting to come from water onto land, it was fungi that did that and allowed for that to happen.
It was fungi.
So you can thank this right here for bringing
Thank you,
plants.
fungi.
Yes, thank you.
So overall, fungi have a lot of roles that they play in our lives as humans, and they are incredibly relevant to us and what we do on a day-to-day. So they're really important to learn about. And that's why you guys should watch our next 3 videos where we get a lot more in depth into symbionts, saprotrophs, and pathogens.
Let's roll!